Hey guys, willphmoto here, back at it again with another review. Today we're going to finally do the review of my Agv Corsa helmet. You guys have been asking for this since the unboxing video, so I'm here just to give you kind of my thoughts on what I think about the helmet and what I think it's good for, and a few of the cons, pros and cons, I guess. So let's dive right in. So Agv Corsa with the 2015 ROSSI Misano graphics, so the shark and fish. Watch my unboxing video to see some cool angles of this helmet. I bought this helmet mainly because I wanted it. I just love the design of this helmet, so I did get this. Now this helmet is not exactly a cheap helmet. 1200-ish Canadian, which is, I don't know, $2 American, but you know, damn exchange rate. This helmet is one step down from the Agv's race bred Pista helmet. The design is the same, and the general helmet is pretty much the same as the Pista, but the Pista is full carbon with it, whereas this is only half carbon, half polycarbonate. It is probably my lightest helmet that I own, so even though it's not full carbon, it's still very, very light. I can compare it to my Shui RF 1100 and my HJC FG17 that I own, and I'd say it's the lightest helmet. Even my girlfriend's new RF 1200 isn't as light as this. Well, it's comparable, but hers is an extra small, so it's a smaller shell size, so it loses some weight. But this helmet's one of my favorite helmets. However, I refuse to wear this on the street. Partially, one, because it's quite expensive. Two, mounting the GoPro and my communication device to this helmet, it wouldn't be very difficult, but I would hate to, accidentally scratch up this helmet. So this will be a track-only helmet for me, and this is where it really shines, is on the track. So this helmet came with a few accessories. Well, not very many, but your typical bag. Nice soft bag, soft on the inside, which is really, really nice. So I just have it there. So I don't use the bag that much. And it also came with some stickers and some extra padding, which we'll get into once I tear apart the helmet for you. It helps with adjusting the size for proper fitment for different people. Everyone's head shape is a little bit different. I did read that this helmet is intermediate oval-ish shape, so it's not round. So people with a more rounder head might want to stay away from this helmet, but it is adjustable, so give it a try in the store and see how it goes. This helmet is meant for racing. The shape of it is for racing, so you have this added spoiler, I guess, or rear beak to help with pushing the wind off away from the helmet, so you don't get that sucking effect, which will sometimes buffet the helmet or pull your head back off the bike. So if you're in the tuck position like this, if without this, then you feel a little more pullback. Not very much. I don't notice much on my other helmets. They have a smaller rear spoiler, but it definitely helps. And they also have this little rubber thing on the front there to sit on your tank, so you don't scratch your tank because you are tucked all the way down. Well, you should be if you're on the track, I guess, just for aerodynamics. Cooling with this helmet, there are two passive vents on the rear that are not closable, which is fine. I never understood having closed rear vents. Water doesn't really go in it if you're riding anyways, if you're going forward. They also have these little scoops here that help it so that water doesn't get in. But the fronts are closable with these little tabbies, I guess. The Pista has inserts, so it's in and out. But the Corsas, they try to make the Corsa a little more street friendly, but I still wouldn't wear this on the street. But the cooling on the top there for your head, and then there is two on the front, and it's adjusted with a little switch on the inside. So like that, to keep the this from helping the front from fogging. With also that, there are different visors for the Corsa and the Pista. The one that came with mine, I didn't get an option to choose, but the one that came with mine are the ones with the tear-off posts. And it did come with tear-offs. I got so much helmet stuff in here, I'm not quite sure where I put them. There's my pin lock. Yeah, so that's not it. There they are. So it did come with 1 tear-off? 3 tear-offs. So my helmet came with 3 tear-offs. Some people's helmets, depending where you are, came with the pin lock. So this is one for my HJC. So some helmets, some Agv Corsas came with a pin lock, some came with the tear-offs. I didn't get to choose. It doesn't really matter to me. Mainly because I had no fogging issues with this helmet, and I rode it on the track in the rain. No fogging issues, which was great. Even with the visor fully closed, all the vents open, no problems. And it was piss pouring that day. So that was good. It was a good test for this helmet. So the visor, you can get either or. So you can get the tear-offs or the pin lock. And I think there might even be one that has both. I'm not quite sure. I will get a tinted visor for this, probably a chrome visor because all my other helmets are chrome. The girlfriend likes the dark tint, so she'll get a dark tint for hers. But I'll probably get a chrome one for this just because to make it look pretty on my helmet shelf. One thing that's really nice about this visor is it's really easy to take off. So you bring the visor all the way up, and then you just adjust this down, this little switch down, and then it pops right off. Same with this side, and then it's off. To put it back on, you just pull this down a little, and there's like this little rubber or rectangle here that you just fit it on, and then that's it. It locks in. So visor changes are really, really quick, which are nice. I haven't had to need that yet, but once I get the other visor, then I'll probably do that at the track, switching when it's sunny or not with the chrome visor. One downside though about this visor is there's no detents in it. There's no adjustable. It's either open or kind of like cracked open or fully shut. So there's no like halfway. It doesn't hold very well. So it's up, kind of just talking at the pit. So again, track inspired helmet. They didn't need that at the track, so they needed it open and closed, and that's about it. So that's one downside for this helmet, especially for the street. So if you're looking to buy this for the street and you occasionally have your visor kind of half open for whatever reason, then this won't really work out for you. So open or close, that's one downside. Also, it's got the center lock, which some people like. I don't. I'm so used to my shoeing having it on the left side. So coming into the middle, it's just, I guess it's just a change for me. It's not a bad thing. It locks really well. It's solid. To open it, it's not that hard. You just push your thumb in and then pop it up. So that's not too bad. Also came with chin curtain, which is really soft, which is nice. The whole inside is really soft, and the nose deflector or breath deflector as well. Moving into the guts of the helmet. So like I said, the inside is really, really soft, and it's adjustable with these added foam pieces. So we'll tear apart this helmet. Just bear with me, and I'll get it all apart. And you can take a look at the insides really quick. So there's the cheek pads and neck roll. So they're all built into one piece. Antimicrobial, sweat wicking. It's really nice, really soft, very comfy. So I really, really like this. Very plush. Makes you feel like you have a plush helmet, which is great. The fastening system is a double D-ring. So this is the, turn this around, makes me nervous. So this is your cheek pad and your neck roll. And the adjustable part on this is that you can put, it did come with, I'll take them out of this bag, I guess. So I've already adjusted it for me, but there are two added sides so that you can put added more into your cheek pad. So if you have skinnier cheeks, I guess, or a slightly skinnier head, you can put those in there and they would just slip in here, right in there. And you can also remove the one that's here and replace it, adjust it however which way you like. We'll get to these little circle things later. So let's take the top piece out. So it's just hooked on, two in the front, two little clippies on the front. There we go. And then that's it. And then it's just tight, it's slid in and held by the neck roll on the back. So here's your top piece, again, anti-microfiber, sweat wicking, really, really soft. It's really nice. Also, it flows a lot of air. So there's this little mesh piece that I keep on there. I don't know why. I just keep things clean, I guess. But you can remove this if you don't want it to flow a little more air. So it's just a mesh, and so lots of air movement here. The inside of the helmet. I don't know if you can see it on the camera. Maybe not. I don't know. My lights are in odd places, but I'll take a picture of it and you can take a look at all the channels inside this helmet. There are a lot of them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it flows a lot of air. I never had any issues with cooling with this helmet. It was, I had it in August on a really hot day at the track and it was fine. It was really, really cool. No problems with cooling. And again, with all this space here, there's just so much room for air to flow. So this is, these are adjustable as well, so you can take this little Velcro off and move it to the side and left or right. I have it in the middle because that was what worked for me. And what that would do is it will help with the shape, I guess, the crown shape, to make it a little more oval or a little more round. Now, it won't go fully round, but it'll help a little bit. Also, you can put, oh, I did have them out. So in here, this is where these little paddings were to help with pressure on your forehead. So you can take those out for one, better cooling, and two, to have less pressure on your forehead. As well as the rear has a padding as well, and that's where this big pad comes into place. And you can put that in here or take it out to help with front to back. So this is the first helmet I've seen that has been this adjustable, which is really, really nice. You are paying a premium for it, but they're giving you features that you wouldn't find in other helmets. None that I've seen anyways. So that's really cool. We'll put this back on. Velcro, everything's Velcro. And there you have it. So there's the padding, how adjustable it is. Yeah, so those are all really good things about this helmet. I would really recommend this for the track, not so much for the street. Agv did just announce some new street-oriented helmets, but they took some stuff from the Corsa and they still didn't fix kind of like one of the major cons, which is the visor, which it's a great visor for the track, but not for the street. You need to have those detents, I feel. So I would say Corsa for the track if you don't want to pay the full price for the Pista. One thing I did forget to mention about the visor, which is really good for the street and the track, is that it's a lot wider height-wise or higher, however you want to say it. Like the eye port is bigger, so that when you are in your tuck position, you can just look straight as opposed to like seeing the top of your helmet, which is nice. So your field of view is a lot bigger. As well, it's a lot wider than most of the other helmets that I've had. So checking my blind spot or doing my shoulder check when I enter on the track, I don't have to twist my head nearly as far back around or tuck in. There's a number of ways of doing it. It's not really inconvenience or a convenience, it's a nice to have. Which is really good. So your field of view and your peripheral are less blocked less than other helmets, which is really nice. So that's a really good thing about that. I guess the biggest cons with this helmet is it's very loud. You flow more air, you're gonna have more wind noise in your helmet. So earplugs are a must with this helmet, in my opinion. I did go out on the track without, I did enter the track without my earplugs, and I came right back in at one of the track schools. I couldn't deal with it. It was just too loud. When you're doing 150 plus, it gets really, really loud. So earplugs are a must with this helmet. Some people wear earplugs 24/7, even on the street anyways, so that's good. But if you do buy this helmet, it is loud, so put earplugs in. But it's very cool, so like the cooling is really good, so that is a very minor con in my opinion. The other con is price. Very expensive helmet, but I think you pay for what you get. Now, there are other helmets just as safe. This has a very high safety rating. The Sharp safety rating on this is really, really good. So check out Sharp's website. I think it's the British helmet safety rating system, I guess, that they developed there. And I like it better than a lot of the other rating systems, which just give you like a certification, whereas the Sharp rating system tells you how much force it can take on the side, on the front, on the back, on the top. They really stress the helmet, so which is really good. So if you're buying future helmets, I would check them out on Sharp's website. I'll put a link in the description for that for you guys, and you can check out all the other helmets. My Shoei 1100 has a decent rating. This has a really good rating. You'll be surprised. Some helmets that are Snell approved, which we really like in Canada, or ECE, aren't actually as safe for impact as other helmets. So that's really a good thing about this helmet. But you pay for what you get. There are other helmets that are just as safe. You don't need to spend $1,000 on a helmet if you're doing track days or racing or what have you. You can get by with cheaper helmets, but make sure they're safe. That's the key thing. All right, guys, so if you do like this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, leave a comment below if you want to see more, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button. And remember, keep the rubber side down.